Bonjour and welcome or welcome back to my channel. Claude here. Thank you for joining me for your February tarot reading. So this is going to be a reading for the people born under the Empress, the Hangman and the World card. So we're talking about the ruling number 3, which is the number of expansion, growth. Very nice number to have actually. And if you do not know your tarot birth card, I have put links of all the videos to work it out and what it means in the description box below, so you can go and check that out and obviously come back for the reading. I'm going to be using those two decks for today's reading, and I have reviewed both of those decks on my channel, so there's also a link in the description box below if you're interested in checking out the cards and maybe even getting them for yourselves. So I will start by pulling out your three main energies for the month here, and then I will clarify with the tarot. So if you would like to connect to the energies of my decks now is the perfect time to take a couple of deep breaths whilst I shuffle it. So what do my querents born under the Empress, the Hangman and the World cards need to hear for their highest good for February, please? So I'm going to grab the top three cards and put this away. So let's see what you have. So we begin with the squirrel as an energy, which is play, but also resources. We then have the coyote, intelligence and unpredictability. And then we have the moth, change and dreams. Now obviously if you see those animals around, whether in their physical form or in a documentary or mentioned in a conversation, whatever the case may be, these are significant signs, so be aware of those three spirit animals. So I'm seeing that there may be something you've been trying to manifest, maybe something you feel is out of reach, but you've been thinking about this. Anyway, let's see what the tarot has to say about that. So can you clarify those energies, please, for my querents? Okay. So I'm going to show you the bottom of the deck once I've had a look at all of the cards. So we have the Seven of Cups. A big energy here, the Major Arcana, the Wheel of Fortune. That's talking to the change. The Four of Swords. The High Priestess, another Major Arcana. The Ten of Coins, beautiful. And the Nine of Swords. The bottom of the deck, which is the energy at work that you may not be aware of, but is definitely working. We have the Fool. Oh, how beautiful. So let's start with this. So as I was saying to you when I looked at your main energies, I said, oh, you're manifesting something or trying to, maybe thinking something is out of reach, but something's been on your mind, which is what I was sensing. And with the energies, I'm going to put them like that so you can see them better, because this is actually very relevant to the bottom of the deck. The energy of play and resources with the squirrel, but particularly play, echoes with the Fool and the unpredictability of the coyote as well. If you take play and unpredictability, this is the Fool. The Fool energy, obviously being a Major Arcana, it's a big longer term effect as opposed to the minors that just deal with the day-to-day situations. The Fool is about taking a leap of faith. It's about taking a risk, doing something that could be out of your comfort zone. This is a very childlike energy. When children are always full of awe and wonder because they've not been burnt by people or circumstances before, so they do not have that baggage. That obviously tints our way of looking at situations and opportunities. That's why the Fool is always depicted with just a tiny satchel. So this is the energy of needing to take a leap of faith, taking some kind of a risk, doing something unpredictable, basically. And I always see the bottom of the deck as, what your spirit team, whoever they are to you, whether it's God, any deities you pray to, the angels, your ancestors, but it's them pushing you towards the right direction, particularly if it is a major arcana, because this is to do with your life path. So we begin with the Seven of Cups and the High Priestess. Seven of Cups, I'm seeing many opportunities, choices, and having to think about this. This can come with a little bit of an overwhelm, because the cups is everything to do with your emotions and your feelings. And so with the number 7 energy, which is this energy of reflecting upon things, you know, analyzing, sorry about the terrible English, analyzing the situations. Sometimes when we're presented with too many options, we just don't know which one to take. So I can see that, you know, you may be feeling slightly overwhelmed at the moment and uncertain about what to do. And this may well be because some things are hidden, because the High Priestess, which is another major arcana, indicates sometimes that things are hidden, but they're hidden for a reason, because they're not ready to be revealed yet, for instance, and that would be your spirit team orchestrating that. The other message I'm getting from this card here is that you need to trust your intuition, because the High Priestess is a big card of intuition in a sense that she channels messages from the spirit world into the physical world. She listens to her gut feelings, and she's very much aware of synchronicities, all of those things. And so this may be a call for you to trust your gut. Your spirit team may be leaving you, you know, little signs that you may not have noticed on which way to go in order to make this change occur, or your dreams appear, basically. But there is an air of mystery about this High Priestess today. I'll say that. I was getting this vibe very strongly. But the thing that's very important, which is central to your reading, is the winds of change are coming. Because you've got the Wheel of Fortune. Now this is a big change. This is not just, you know, a little decision that you make and then you can rethink on it later on. And this is a fated change. And I always say to people when I read for them, you know, when the Wheel of Fortune comes, it's a question of, are you going to embrace it? Are you going to grab the wheel with both hands and go for it? Or are you going to panic? And are you just going to get thrown off of it because you weren't ready? And that's why I love tarot readings for that reason, because they enable you to be prepared for changes and also to be proactive rather than reactive when something happens, to, you know, work with the energies, understand what's around you. Right now in February, there's a big moment for you to have a wish come true, a change, because you've got the 10 of coins supporting it. Now this is a superb combination, because this is saying that you're going to have prosperity and abundance coming your way. And this is fated. This is your spirit team working with you to get that. So if you've been dreaming of something with this moth energy, and you may also have scrolled away some of your resources in order to make it happen, you know, because that's what the keyword with intelligence would be echoing there as well. You know, being clever about things, putting some finances aside or something aside in order to manifest that change, or waiting for that change, then it's happening. And I love the fact that you've got 2 tens here, and 10 is the end of something, but the culmination of a suit. So coins referring to your everyday life. This is really having built something that's very stable, that's going to stand the test of time. You know, it's the legacy card. So I talk about prosperity and abundance. Yes, it can most definitely be to do with money, your revenues, your financial assets, but it could also be having built an empire, like a reputation for a business, and which means that then after that it's going to take care of itself because you've worked so hard, and now your hard work is paying off basically. And there's a message for someone out there: if you're a boss and you've had a small business, now you're finally going to be able to pay yourself, because you were paying maybe people helping you or to keep running, to keep the business running, but you couldn't get yourself a revenue. Now you'll be able to. But that's a special message for someone out there. For others, you may have worked on building your career, for instance, and it's happening now. You're going to be fairly rewarded, getting the money that your work is worth, and the recognition, and your reputation will develop, you know, this is going to be strong, stable. It's not going to escape through your fingers, is what I'm trying to say. But all of that, you have to take some kind of a leap of faith here. You know, you are presented with options, and you're going to have to kind of go for it, is what I'm hearing. And it may put you momentarily in a position where you're not comfortable, because it's never easy to take a leap of faith. I mean, you know, it's not, but you have to trust that the universe has your back, because things are moving forward and in the right direction. And I can see that obviously this is something that's going to be heavily on your mind, because these two cards refer to the mental realm, the Swords energy, and you have the 4 and the 9. So the 4 of Swords, a little known meaning of it, which is the one I'm getting for you today, is like feeling imprisoned, feeling like you're pushing against constraints, like you can't pierce through. And the reason why I'm getting this energy for you today is because of this unpredictability element here, and because of the High Priestess. When I said to you, there's an air of mystery, there's, you know, things need to be uncovered so that you have the full confidence basically to move forward, but it doesn't happen like that. And I'm here to tell you that with the Fool underneath it, it's going to require a jump from you. It'll be worth it. I mean, Wheel of Fortune and the 10 of Coins, I mean, it's fortune basically in any aspect that you wish for, but particularly on the money career side, obviously, because the 9 of Swords talks about being very anxious, being worried, not sleeping at night, rehashing the same scenarios all the time. And to me, it's a card that calls for courage. It's a card that tells you these are just thoughts. For every negative scenario, a negative outcome you are rehearsing in your head, there is a positive one. You're just not thinking about it because you're trapped. You're feeling trapped. You're feeling like there's no way you could do this for whatever reason, and there's no judgment. You know, it's terrifying when you're on the edge of a cliff and you're having to jump. I get it. But the cards are saying it's going to be well worthwhile. But this is going to be weighing on your mind very heavily. But remember, 9 of Swords, courage. Just face those thoughts. They are just thoughts. What will manifest is what you put your focus on, not those negative ideas and, you know, fears that you may have, apprehensions that you may have. Okay, do not allow yourself to be anxious. So I'm going to close out your reading by grabbing a final card for you. So can we have a closing message from Aquarius, please? This card's talking to me, so I'm going to grab it. The Death card. Yeah, I'm unsurprised to see Death popping here. Again, another major arcana that makes 4 now out of 8 cards. So half of your reading is with major arcana. So we're dealing with big energies here. And Death is a clearing energy. This is a deep transformation. This is really things completely changing. Which is why, you know, there may be some apprehensions, because it signals the end of something so that something even better can be born out of the ashes of whatever you've had to turn your back on or lose, whatever the case may be, because, you know, you're here with different circumstances. But this is so that your dreams can come true. This is all fated. This is, with all of the major arcana, I can see, the other thing I'll say to you, this Death card is different from others. There's no eyes on the on Death, and I was getting the energy of mystery, of things being hidden from you and for a reason. And again, I'm seeing this in this card. This is the message of you may not see why this has to happen, you may not understand instantly what this is happening, but it's happening for a reason and it's for your highest good. You have the 10 of Coins with the Wheel of Fortune right in the middle of it. This is going to bring you good fortune. So bear this in mind when the change occurs, because you may think at first that you're losing something when you're not. You're going to gain something so much better. And do not fall into the trap of this very heavy mental energy that we have here. You know, you're aware of it now, so now you can fight this very nicely. So I hope you've enjoyed your journey for the cards with me. If you found this message helpful in any ways, do let me know in the comment box below. I'd love to hear from you. As always, I thank you for your time. It's your most precious commodity. I'm so humbled you chose to spend it with me. I wish you a wonderful month and I'll see you again very soon. Until next time, au revoir.